everybody, welcome to Teresa's World. I thought it'd be a nice idea just to do a little shot of me actually driving the van. I'm on my way to Great Coxwell Tithe Barn, and when I get there I will tell you why I'm visiting this beautiful Tithe Barn.
Turn right onto the Hollow Road, then the destination is on your right.
So here I am, behind me, Great Coxwell Tithe Barn, which is in the book A History of England in 100 Places. For those of you who follow my channel or have been following it for a couple of years now, you'll know that I am hoping to visit all 100 places in this book. And at the moment I've visited, probably about 17, 18 of them. So it's quite a long process because obviously I do work. I'd like to say that Teresa's World is a very simple channel. I don't go abroad and do amazing things like I see so many people do on YouTube. It makes me feel quite inadequate sometimes and really boring. But it is down to confidence of travelling on my own abroad. I don't think I can do that at the moment. I don't feel confident enough to do that. And also finances, really. I am a woman on my own, and so I do what's within my budgets and what interests me. Today I have brought you to see this barn. Now, I'm going to read a little bit out of this book just to tell you how important this barn is, really, because it is really, really old and it was built to last. The manor of Great Coxwell in Oxfordshire was given to the Cistercian order in 1203 by King John for the founding of an abbey, and the monks immediately set about farming there, which they must have done with remarkable success, since almost exactly a century later, at the very beginning of the 14th century, they found it necessary to build a perfectly enormous barn, which is what you see behind me. You know, having seen photographs of this barn, to actually be here, you do think, wow. And what really hits me is the size of that roof. It is so deep, and it's all in Cotswold stone. Right, they found it necessary to build a very enormous barn, one of the largest of its kind surviving in England. And that's why I'm here, because this barn is one of the largest of its kind in England. So let's have a walk round this lovely old Tithe barn. It is huge. Do you know what strikes me? Well, first of all, the timber is amazing, and also it's so beautifully cool in here. Amazing. The timber work for that roof is unbelievable. The skills involved. Now, I was going to tell you a few kind of interesting facts whilst inside the barn, but there's someone having like a picnic there, a couple, and I don't know how long they're going to be, so I thought, well, I do just want to get on and, you know, do my thing, really. So I'm under a lovely oak tree, and with the barn behind me, as you can see. I can tell you, it's like a church, really. It really is. When you look up at the timber, and you think the work involved in making that and putting it all together, oh God, I'm wittering. But sometimes I look at things and I think, wow, it's so simple. I know it's not like anything you'd see in Italy, but you know, there's just a simplicity about this barn, which makes you go, wow. So I'm going to give you a bit more information about how old this barn is. So the National Trust in 2014, they used a scientific method called, oh God, I've got to trying to say it now. Dendrochronology. Oh, I can see people laughing their heads off now. But it was a dating method that uses the growth rings of long-lived trees as a calendar, and that was used to narrow down when the barn was actually built. They used cherry pickers for access, and 16mm diameter core samples were drilled from 10 of the timbers supporting the vast roof. They were then taken away for analysis and dating. The analysis showed that the wood used for the roof timbers was felled from 1253 onwards. And one of the samples had the bark edge preserved, making it possible to say that this had been felled in the winter of 1291/92. And samples from 2 other timbers in the barn also came from the same parent tree. You know, science is amazing. So to the question how old the barn is, we can now answer that it's most likely that the barn was under construction in 1292 or shortly after, making it about 723 years old. Okay, Teresa's World is not a history channel. I just say, hey, this place exists. It's one of the biggest barns in England. It's really worth seeing. It's beautiful. The timber work is amazing. The barn stretches 144 feet that way and 38 feet wide, with an internal area of 5,502 square feet. So I would say to you all, it's worth coming to have a look. It's so cool in here. I love it. I'm really glad I came here instead of going to a beach today. And on that note, I am now going to say bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Hope you haven't found this boring, but I do love my book. I say my book, but it was written by the late John Julius Norwich. But I love that book, History of England in 100 Places, because I learn so much and I go to places that I would never have thought of coming to, like here. Bye everybody. Teresa's World.